and welcome back to Tall, also known as Teach as we learn. Today we're going to be learning about vertex form. It's related to quadratic functions, as we learned in the last video about vertex, which is a maximum or minimum point in a parabola or U-shaped graph. But anyway, let's begin with this. So we learned in the last video, if you haven't watched the last video, I'd highly recommend to watch it. But in our last video, we had learned how the vertex form, the standard form in a quadratic function was ax to the power of 2 plus bx plus c. So that was the standard form of a quadratic function, and that's what makes the graph a U shape. However, there's a vertex formula, and this is why you can read the rest. This is a formula which is used to figure out not only the vertex form, but sometimes solving this can lead us to this. So vertex form is really useful. And let's dive in with an example. So here I have a table, and I forgot it right here, but the vertex is 2 minus 3. So I'm going to put for minus 2 minus 3 is our vertex. So with our formula, we're going to use this and plug it in. So it will... Here we have y equals a, x minus h. I'll just write it down here. So we can reference this whenever we need to. So anyway, we're going to use our vertex. So we'll write y equals a. And let me just tell you the purpose of the ultimate goal of solving the vertex formula is to find this a. So it would become y equals a, x minus h. Our h is our 2, minus 2. So minus minus makes a plus, so it's become plus 2 to the power of 2, and our k is minus 3. So it would become minus 3. I don't want to confuse y'all really quickly. Just one mention, the reason I got plus 2 and not minus 2 is because this is minus, and a minus make positive. Just really quickly, I wanted to reference that. But let's move on. Then what we will do is that we've already plugged in our minus h and our plus k. But what we're going to do is take another point, which is not the vertex, and use that to plug in for our y and our x. So for today's purposes, I'm going to use this one. So 13 is y, so I would replace y with 13. Then I'd write a, because that's what we're solving for. And then x is 0, so 0 plus 2, power of 2, minus 3. So this becomes 13 equals a, 0 plus 2 is 2, so raising that, minus 3. Continue onwards from here. So then 2 times 2 to the power of 2 is 2 times 2, which is 4. So this becomes 13 equals a times, and the reason I'm getting times is because we need to remember that the a is in parentheses, and that's basically an imaginary time sign here. So times 4 minus 3. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move the plus minus 3 here, and it becomes 16 equals a times 4. And since this is multiply 4, I'm going to divide it on both sides and do the reverse operation. So this becomes 4 equals a. And that's our answer. 4 equals a. That's the reason why we were solving all of this math, was to find this ultimate a. Now that we have found our A, now we can successfully complete the vertex form, and now it becomes y equals 4 x plus 2 squared to the power 2 minus 3. Sorry, that's a little hard to read, but basically what we just did is found that A, and instead of writing y equals A, blah, 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 we write y equals 4 and then write all of this. So we have found our vertex form. Now what we're going to do is just lastly turn that vertex form into the quadratic function standard form. So our vertex form is y, I'll just write that again here. So now what we're going to do is turn that into standard form. So in quadratic standard form, and quadratic standard form was this, for those of you who don't remember. So now we're trying to turn it into this. So what that means is we have to first solve this. And that's where multiplying polynomials comes in place. So basically what it means by x plus 2 to the power of 2 is to multiply x plus 2 2 times. So if you haven't watched that video, I would highly recommend to watch Multiplying Polynomials. So x times x squared, 2 plus x, 2 times x is 2x. Again, 2x times 2 is 2x, and then 2 plus 2 is 4. So it leads us to x squared, and then 2x here and 2x here is plus 4x plus 4. But then remember that this 4 is here, and since this is put in parentheses, that would mean we have to multiply this or distribute it. So this becomes 4x to the power of 2 plus 16x and plus 16. But then we have this little part to minus 3. So instead of it would be 16 minus 3, which would make it 13. So that's the answer for its standard form. So basically, whenever if you want to convert this into standard form, you simply just have to break this apart. And how you can do that is first simplify this junk. Then 2, distribute it like this. And then finally, do this little part, which would be either adding or subtracting to your C. I hope you understood today's video, and next video, we're going to be talking about quadratic transformations. So see y'all next time. Bye.